back to shooting the shit with Rhonda T. Tonight we are reviewing Family Reunion Love and Hip Hop Edition Season 2, Episode 7. But and that's how you gonna do it.
Yep, it sounds new.
All right, y'all. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. This was. I'm ready for them to get off the island on this one at this point. That's of every event, every week.
It was some interesting dialogue, at least brought up folks to ponder, but you know.
I'm just saying everything we have is a fallout. Every day. Like y'all should be tired. So we start back off with Cisco approaching Safari about some dumb shit. Safari was already upset because he had marital issues. And you know, the creep squad is trying to tell Cisco, look here, your timing was all wrong, dude. Like,
No.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, honestly, there's really no time to bring that up. He didn't come. What are you talking about? He didn't come. What do you say? Sorry. That's all I got for you. Sorry.
It don't matter. It don't matter what they say because he's so delusional. He don't see that he was wrong in anything that they saying anyway. So I don't know why we trying to talk to this dude.
Right.
Then we show the guys, they trying to calm Safari down, and you know, I guess he on his way back to his room before he really hurt this dude. Meanwhile, Peter over there.
Safari can hurt Cisco though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
Cisco be
one of them I'm too pretty to get my face beat up type niggas.
well, Cisco be drunk.
Well,
so,
yeah.
You
put
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Peter over here trying to walk Tyra to her room because you know she the old standby. So he like, I divorce this one. Back to you, Tyra. She ain't feeling it. I still don't understand why she's here. I really don't. I don't.
I think she'd like it a little bit. And
attention.
I'm gonna tell you why.
But you all stand by. Once again, you got the attention after he been flirting with Mina this whole time. Like this whole.
I think that's why she's into it. Because I think low key them two still be like, you know what I mean, chatting shit.
Clearly, she's still out here looking dumb.
Just like you said, why is she there? Like,
why is she? Yeah, you don't have no talent. Like I get why Mina here. I don't. You're not hip hop. You just baby mama.
Baby mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
He married to Mina.
And he married to Mina. Man, he couldn't say nothing else to me. Don't come and get your child and keep on moving.
Right.
Stevie J and Mimi, they out there having a little side conversation. Look like it's the next morning. Stevie talking about he want his old friend back. He said him and her been
funny like this Stevie
long time.
Douchebag, like they actually look really good together. I guess Stevie was like a normal.
They showed some old pictures. They said that he said he been with her since 96. I said, he been cheating on you a long time, girl. He was cheating on you a long time. If y'all was together in 96, when does stuff start?
I don't know, 2000 something. Or
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. He's supposed to have been with Eve. He was supposed to have been with his wife back then, Faith. He was, you know, we tried, but it didn't work. You know, we back. So I'm like,
he's a whole douchebag. He's not a creep squad. He's a good guy. We went over that. Like,
he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
If he was like a real, like, good guy in real life, maybe like make a very good looking couple. It's just that we know that he's the good guy. Well, nobody needs that.
That'll work out.
Say what?
So he's talking about he sees similarities between him and Safari's situation. No, it's totally different. There was no similarities between what Safari is going through and what you put Mimi through. You was with Mimi and had a whole relationship with what's her name? Jocelyn. You know what I'm saying? A whole relationship. Safari ain't having a relationship. She just out here with, and then they separated. So we ain't gonna get on that. It's not the same, Steve.
Safari's in love with his celebrity.
Yeah.
Bitching and
Yeah. Well, he admit that he has not been seeing his daughter, Eva, and he promised he gonna do different. And she's like, "Yeah, I heard it before. We'll see." She ain't paying Stevie no mind. She knows Stevie all talk.
she's at peace with that though. That's when you really be like,
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. She's like, whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
And at this point, the little girl is old enough to be like, know her daddy for what he is.
She'll come back around when she get older. He seemed like he have, some people ain't no good when they little, when they get grown and they have a better relationship.
But I
he
think
probably Bonnie Bella either child.
being raised in a healthy situation. Their daughter, I forget what her name is. She's being raised. She's being raised in a healthy situation. So I think she can see her daddy for what he is. I'm sure it's fun when he come around, you know what I'm saying? I don't think she has those type of expectations for Stevie because he ain't never been that. She doesn't have those, like a mom.
And that's why girl's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You said so. Yeah. So now we got Cisco and Rich Dollars. They out walking, child. He keep talking about he's so upset at Safari because, he didn't come to his aunt party. So Deb is supposed to be his aunt. Is Deb really his aunt?
I doubt it.
Just saying this. And if Deb is the one that you is talking about, ain't studying whether or not Safari was there.
Deb, we know Deb doesn't give shit whether
not that Deb.
No.
Tripping like that, talking about you was so embarrassed because you was supposed to bring him. No, you probably made a promise that you couldn't keep, and you were embarrassed because you couldn't keep that promise. But Deb, quit using Deb. Deb don't care.
Deb could give a shit whether Safari was at her party. I just don't see it.
Honest Waka Flocka, you think she tripping out on Safari?
No, because she could call Safari and be like, well, where were you at? Like, she could do that. She don't need Cisco to get to Safari.
Come on now. Basically he told him he was out of line, he was already turned up, and then you come trying to check him about some BS, meanwhile you got Erica on the side talking about, Safari is just all, that was at the end. Was that the end?
Oh, that was fun.
Because this is him and Rich Dollars talking.
Yeah.
Rich Dollars tell him like, dude, that was messed up, whatever, leave that alone. You got other situations going on. You got to deal with what you did with Sin, okay? Pick one battle at a time, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you are wrong in all of them. So now we got Safari, Peter Guns, and Marcus. They in the gym. Then they're working out. Safari still trying to say the situation with the girl, it wasn't true. Marcus like, well, it didn't look like it wasn't true. Safari like, it don't matter because they weren't together. Basically, he could do what he want to do. She could do what she wanted to do because they ain't together. Peter, once again, like, he trying to compare his situation. I'm like, all these dogs trying to compare their situation with Safari. It's not the same. Peter's situation wasn't the same.
Not like
Stevie's
not the same.
wasn't the same. So y'all quit trying to compare. Marcus sitting up there trying to be the voice of reason, talking about, y'all got a history of handling one another. Yeah, he trying to act like, I don't know, maybe that's the role he thought, but I mean, dude, you just admitted and your wife said You just cheated on your wife when she was pregnant. The baby ain't that old. That was like the other day.
That's not that long ago, right?
Yeah. So, well, okay, dude. At the end of this whole conversation, Safari admit that he sent the girl flowers. Who cares? You wasn't with her. Your wife filed for divorce.
But this is the thing with Safari. That's what I'm talking about with this dude. Like, I feel like he sent the damn flowers to piss her off in the first place. That's what
Because those are the games that they play.
This is why you did it. It wasn't because you gave a shit about some girl that bought you a drink or whatever. You knew that she was gonna be really pissed off when she saw that shit. What you probably didn't know is you was gonna get there and then she was gonna give you some booty, and then y'all had a little moment, and then after you had your moment, then the girl decided to post that shit about the flowers. So now you mad because don't nobody believe your lie. And they kill me with that shit. They tell a lie or do some bullshit and then be mad at you for not buying the bullshit.
And all he had to say was, yes, I did it. I didn't know that we were going to make up because we wasn't even talking during this time. And she got to accept that. And if she don't, oh, well, you was over here kissing on old girl the other night. So y'all both
it's psycho. She's not somebody you don't ever be able to reason with anyway.
Right.
If he would have came in there and said, yeah, I did it, just what you said, she was still gonna have the very exact same.
She was. It's very toxic. I feel sorry for that kid.
Oh my God.
So Jonathan then talked Sin into having this conversation with Cisco. So Sin agreed she was going to talk to him.
I want Cisco to be not engaged with Cisco anymore. That's it. That's enough.
Not after this. Well, he admitted that he wanted a relationship with Sin, and then when they was recording and everything, he paid for everything because I guess he thought they were going to be together. And then she told him that she was seeing somebody else, so all bets was off, and now he expected her to pay for everything. Like it was all good.
Somebody else, was it Joe?
It probably was Joe. I'm sure it was Joe. I mean, he said all of this like you don't understand that? Like he went wrong about what he did. And her whole thing.
I don't understand it.
She was, yeah. He was like,
if we like started something that didn't ever pop off, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't teasing you.
Yeah, and then here's the thing is, if that's how it was, you didn't send her an invoice. You didn't say, oh, now you got to pay for XYZ. No, you just took the song because you was mad. You didn't say, here's your half. You just took it. And she said what made her mad about the whole situation is that she had made that song about her brother who had passed away because he had committed.
We all knew that. That's what it was about.
Yeah. So he told her
for that.
Well, he told her that yesterday he transferred the record over to her. She like, I don't even want it now. Like, I didn't made 100 records about my brother. You can have that one. Like, I'm over it.
Like, I don't wrong. Nothing that's attached with you now, though.
And ain't gonna tell her how he gonna spend that story. Even if she took it, spent that into some crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't want it.
Love with me. Like, he reads the room completely wrong.
Mm-hmm. He would have been like, she took the song, so maybe she was being together. Like he's crazy. He's crazy. He apologized, but he still don't see where he was wrong at. He was just talking, and she accepted it because what else is you gonna do? Because he's crazy, and she recognized that he's crazy. So, yeah, okay. Don't talk to me about it no more. It's over.
Right.
So it's Pride Day. This is hosted by Jonathan. So he brings a speaker out, and they're talking about a fight against gay conversion therapy.
I know people were still doing that. That's insane to me.
Well, he said he went through when he was a child, and it's still legal in some states. Let me look that up and see what states it's
Man,
legal.
that sucks that your mother would.
So he said his mama sent him there. She thought it was gonna be some type of therapy, but when he got there, they were shocking him
What? To make him not gay?
to make him not gay. And he said to stop the bullying because I guess he was being bullied. So she figured, I guess she was gonna change him. Somebody told her about it, and then when he got there, they were shocking him. So much so he had to be carried out and put on the stretcher. He couldn't even walk. They were shocking that boy so bad. Who shot State Child? Who shot State Child?
So you signed up for that? Like, I get that you have a process to go through in accepting your child being different than you thought they were gonna be, or what the society sees as norm. He ain't the first gay person that you read across in this world. What made you think shock therapy was gonna do anything to that's sad. The sad thing is not
I don't think that.
my mother sent me there.
Yeah, it sounded like the way he was explaining it, it didn't seem like she knew it was shock therapy. She thought it was regular therapy. But when he got there, they were shocking him.
You sent your kid away to
Yeah.
not be gay no more.
Yeah, yeah. And he was saying, there's a lot of kids that went through that, and they end up on drugs, or they end up committing suicide behind all of that. Either way, all of it is abusive, and Booby, he said it best: injustice for one is injustice for everyone. So they were sitting around talking about it, and then while Peter was sitting up there cheering on Jonathan, Amina stands up and say, well, she speaks out loud. Well, Peter, you wouldn't let your son be a ladybug for Halloween, and that's messed up. Peter get mad, and he's like, you're not gonna sit up here, because he's trying to explain himself. She kept going. He's saying, you're not gonna sit up here and have a moment on me. Okay. Then, see, the thing about Mina is, I don't know if she was trying to have a moment. I believe what she said, but then what makes me mad about her is you sit up there in the confessional and you say, well, I don't believe that he's homophobic. Then why stand up and even say that then?
Because this is what I think. I think that did happen. There's so many things wrapped up in this particular thing with the ladybug. Okay, first of all, he's not homophobic. So let's don't sit here and act like, as a parent, you would not feel like, and I mean, we are learning, I think, and evolving as people. Hopefully we are. The more we learn, the better we can be, right? But I think as a parent, your instinct is, he's not gonna be a ladybug, because then the neighbors won't let their kids play with them, and it turns into a whole nother thing. I think as a parent, you're not thinking about what you're saying to your kid. You're thinking about, I don't want people, picking on my.
I don't even think it was that deep, because he said they was at the store. He picked out the ladybug outfit, and he was like, "That's for girls. Go put that back." I just think
just that. That's for girls. Go put that back. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. I don't think it was all he was worried about what the neighbors were saying. I think they was in the store.
But that's why you say, don't do that. We can't do that. Otherwise, you would just let them be a ladybug. You don't want them to be a ladybug because you're afraid of what it's going to make you look like and how people are going to look at your kid. That's why you didn't do it. And you don't think about it like how you're telling your kid for whatever reason, like, it's okay, because in your mind, you don't think it's okay. That you was raised to think something different. That's why Zell holds on so hard to, my daddy raised me to be a man. I mean, was that what it was? Or was he raising you to not be yourself because it's not acceptable?
Well, you going past. So let's get to that. So yeah. So at that point, Zell and Bobby,
and I think
they do get
on Zell and Bobby. I think Amina's incentive was the fact that she's maybe a little pissed off that Tara is getting attention. I don't think her intentions was that genuine. I think she really was like trying to comfort Peter, because like you said, it wasn't that serious. I think that's not unusual for parents to do shit like that. I'm not saying it's right, but I think it's not unusual for people to be like, no, you're not getting a Barbie. That's for girls. Like, that's just something that, people do.
I think my whole thing with her was, if you really think that he's not homophobic, then I wouldn't even make that
Why would you
a
make
big
all the
put
men
up and said,
you made
you act like that. Basically, that's what she was saying. You act like that because you wouldn't let your son be a butterfly. So
it's definitely
do
not
you
the
feel
same
like he
thing as
is,
shock
or you
therapy.
feel like he's not?
You
But she still. But then in the confessional, you said, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't think that he's homophobic. So he said, you're not trying to make this a moment. Then that sounds like that's what she was trying to do then. She was trying to have a moment, because either you think it or you don't.
even the way she said it, and she kept screaming it out. And then you talking about his child with Tara.
With Tyra, not even yours. And Tyra was like, you want to be every week. He want to be something different.
That's how she felt. She could have brought it up at a different time. Like, you turned it into a screaming match while the man was trying to, Jonathan was embarrassed. So he like, don't worry, because this is how they do.
Jonathan was like, this is what they do. Go ahead and leave, because they finna cut up, because they do this at everything. So this is how they do. Tara, like, every week he want to be something else. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't like she trying to make it out to be. It wasn't like that. So then while they having their thing, and they over there going off, Zell and Bobby getting into it. And all I hear is Zell is saying, he was raised by a real man, and Bobby saying he ain't have a father. And I don't know what, once again, I don't know what Zell see when he look at himself, because he keep talking about he was taught to be a man first by his dad.
I don't know. Because for Zell, he feels like, first of all, he feels like he comes off more masculine. I don't see him.
That's what I said. I don't know what he sees when he look at himself. He's no more masculine than Bobby or Jonathan. So I don't.
In terms of his dad taught him to be a man first, is like, what he doesn't realize is you're saying that he was teaching you to be different than who you are in order to be accepted. If you're gonna be accepted, then you're gonna have to be like this. You're gonna have to be less feminine, because Zell is feminine as hell. He's feminine as hell.
So said I don't see where he think he's so masculine, because I don't see it.
Because his daddy,
Bobby,
him trying to
not no more than Jonathan.
No. To be honest, I feel like Bobby and Zell are the most flamboyant, because Jonathan is just very chill. He's feminine, but he's just very like a chill.
He is. Bobby is the most flamboyant of all of them, and he jumped on Jonathan.
Jonathan's the kind of person that, like, that's why he hangs out with the girls, because they go do stuff, and he's a regular dude.
Jonathan,
he's just a regular guy. Zell and Bobby are on a whole nother level. I don't know what level Zell thinks he's on, and he keeps saying bisexual in order to make himself feel like you don't even have to say that. Because it doesn't make you any less feminine. You're super feminine. You're not masculine to me anyway.
Meanwhile, we switch back over to Tyra and Erica. And Tyra basically tell Erica, Erica is telling Amina, that wasn't for you to say. Like, that's not even your child, that's Tyra's son. Like, why you even bring that up? And then Yo-Yo come over there and was like, I mean, the issue is that you threw your baby father under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Then she started yelling at that, how he made me look on TV. Y'all worried about, I was like,
That's your real issue though. Cause you mad because he over here
you
telling
just how long ago has that been? How much stuff have you been on since that happened? You've been up here hugging
that's really
on him all this whole episode. I mean, this season.
When you was talking about the boy was crying and all of that, you could have been like, y'all could have just let him be a ladybug. It ain't even that serious. You could have said that then.
Right.
You bringing it up now and talking
Right.
about being embarrassed on TV. Like you were so heated. Why are you so upset? Like she was having an Erica moment.
That was too much. That was too
All
much.
this screaming, talking about how he embarrassed you on TV. Well, you brought your ass on TV with him, going back and forth. Is it because now
You
he's
stayed on TV with him.
here celebrating y'all having a divorce? And now he's on Tyrant, and you feel away about it because y'all still on that
Yeah.
bullshit. Otherwise, you wouldn't both be there.
If you was that embarrassed, it wouldn't have been no season 2 of you and Tyra and all of that. Like you ain't gonna embarrass me, and I'm gonna keep letting you have it. Like that's not how that works.
He going from floor 3 to floor 5.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, you still on vacation.
It just now hitting you. It's just now hitting you like right then and
And
there.
you hooked up with Cisco, like you be doing shit to get under Peter's skin. Amina.
Come on now. Y'all like, look, this is a real conversation that happens at family reunions. It ain't happening at my family reunion. We don't have these conversations. That's not an issue. My cousin, he bring his boyfriend, and hell, he my daddy age. That's my daddy first cousin. His boyfriend came in and he cooked fish. So why y'all making this an issue?
Not everybody's family though.
Bless both of they soul, but Russell used to fry that fish, y'all. Okay. Just at my family reunion.
When you could be who you are and be accepted in your family, regardless to what it is, I think,
Yeah.
conversion therapy, that's on a whole nother level of what.
Some of these folks is crazy. I'm gonna group all that in with that crazy Mormon religion over there. I'm gonna group all that crazy stuff in.
Religion plays a big part in why people make those decisions because they be just being told that God doesn't like them, That's a whole nother subject. I know for me, I just think that it's just like anything else. If you're saying something that's making your kid feel a certain way, and it ain't even just about gay things. I think it's like people be telling their kids, you don't need to eat that. You're getting too fat. And you be putting things in your kids' head to make them feel insecure about who they are based on the way you feel about shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Zale, Jonathan, and Bobby, they all sit down and have this little heart-to-heart. Zale apologized, and then all of them agree that they are all 3 different types of people. They not all in one little category.
Well, and I think too, has this idea of what a man is. Like my daddy taught me how to be a man, and I think all Bobby and Jonathan are saying is they are men. Like that's biological. That's how they were born.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you a man then? It's like, saying when people be like, you're not like black. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like he is a man. That's it. It's a given.
Mm-mm. So they come to agreement. They're gonna learn how to respect each other. And that's how that episode ends. And now next week we got Amina and Tyra. They're gonna get into it. And look like Cisco and Safari gonna get into that fight. So I guess we're gonna get to see if Safari gonna knock Cisco out because they gonna get to a whole physical fight.
I'm here for
What you
it.
got, baby?
I'm here
Tell
for it.
them
And Tara and Amina fighting is
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. You.